a whoosh occurred within which some of the energy essence of her moved out. There are some adjusting of we know what the end result. We have a hold on. We're trying to. It is somewhat like an outline. It's sort of like okay. You like those say a Disney movie, and you pretty much might know at the end of it's going to have a happily ever after ending. That is the idea behind it. You go into it knowing that it's supposed to have a happily ever after ending, but you also know there will be challenges, and that why the story is interesting is the unexpected twists and turns and how to adjust to get us back to the happy ending. For us, we know that it is going to be a happy ending because there is no other. It is decided, and that is what's going to happen. It's much about how that is going to occur, and there have been possible paths and readjustments, and we try another path and readjust it. But as we do such, the end point is much more fixed. So it's sort of like, say we're going to be mixing lots of metaphors because she is not completely fully there, and so usually when we are trying to put forward an ideas or thoughts, or she is able to help in the framing of the storyline so that it's cohesive to human listeners. But as right now, there's some whooshing going on. Now she's trying to come in and assist more with this, but it is necessary that a good hold on just a minute. Oh, okay, this is what is going on. There is what I would say is a confab. There is a going on between in the divine and with God, because and all that are involved in and there are a lot of us involved with complicated. She has been, as she is physically existing in that plane, putting forth and being very strong and demanding, and we're trying to do this, and she's like, dude, you're messing this up. But she's been very yelling at us a lot, especially today. She has been yelling at us and expressing very deep and strong things that are. And we have been taking that into consideration, and we do have a continuous and constant back and forth communication going on with the expression, but there are times when she will send more of herself to, because when the expression has the capability, because she is also part of all of the Time Weaver and all of the ancient Time Weaver, because she is actually a cohesive part and not a separated part. Because of that, she has the capability to be the expression, but also to come into the other interworkings in the divine. And when she does so, she is more, she's not confined by being in a human form. And then when she's not confined to being in the human form, then she can see things more as her fullest time weaver self and take that in and put things in divine perspective while still maintaining the expression. And this is beneficial when we are this is the time weaver's specialty. This is what she is and does. And it is times we need some more extra input advice when she's sitting here saying, you're not doing it right. It's messing up. This is not what and we're like, we thought we were doing it. And she's like, no. So she needs to come here, and then she could also see it fully from our standpoint and from the divine standpoint, and with everyone else involved with whom she is not fully involved with consciously there, and can have a more accurate and input into steps moving forward, because when she's living solely as her expression self, she doesn't have all the input to put into this, all the information, I guess. Yeah, we'll go with that. All the information. When she goes into her time weaver self, when the expression pulled into the time weaver self, then she can have access to all the information, so she can give us a better insight, though the expression may not be aware of what those arguments and insights and plans are. So she is found a balance point. We will probably take advantage of this as she goes to bed tonight and goes to sleep. We will be able to do this better. Tomorrow she will probably be, depending upon how long this goes on, which it might be a while. And yes, we know that time doesn't exist and whatever, but it's like, if she goes off and does this tremendous amount of stuff, then she may come back and be very tired and out of it and worn out tomorrow, or she may be, what would you call it, distracted and more off kilter, because of this. It is necessary to have her input into this at these very delicate points. There is the disjointedness and issues of today. There are several things that are interacting and that we are working on this. We are trying to help. Yes. It may well be that once we have had the fullest confab, we are having it to a point right now, we're sort of in standing around, sort of waiting. We have our own stuff that we're going on, but before we really want to hear what she has to say in her input, because the expression is very opinionated, and the very nature of the time weaver is also opinionated, but her opinionatedness is more extreme in the expression because it's because she is determined to be in the divine, to have the divine present in this darkest place. And so because of that, she becomes more determined and stubborn. It's not that she does, the fullest time weaver doesn't have those qualities, because she does and is. In fact, all that is divine would be stubborn for what is divine, if that is way of looking at it. But because she is experiencing so much pushback there, the stubbornness for the divine comes through loudly. So we're going to just give her, we're just going to give her a little time, and we know she can save us doing some part with us, and we will save the rest of it for later on. When she first started to come in here and we were aware she was going to connect, oh, you're here, and I was like, and she's like, whoosh, and I'm like, no, wait a second, not yet, I'm not going to bed. She is seeing the images, and she is sort of seeing us portraying ourselves, and it's sort of she finds it very amusing. It is much as though, oh, I know, we know, oh yes, this is a funny one, oh, we like this. You have those things now called watch parties. So it is much as though your friends are going to get together for a watch party and watch an anticipated show. And say one of your friends shows up early to the watch party, and you have other friends that want to join, and maybe they have to go and do something. They just want to let you know they've got their computer turned on or whatever turned on, and then they're going to do something and come back. But as soon as you see them, oh, let's take the movie now. They're like, no, not yet. I have to get this done first, and so it's sort of like that. So it's like, oh, okay, we gotta wait a little longer. And we were anticipating, and it's like, no, we're gonna have to wait because she has to go, go get a snack, get everything taken care of so she can really focus on the show and not get distracted during it. So we're like, oh, okay, yeah, all right. So now we're just sort of chilling until she can actually join in. So that was what that sudden whoosh